Oh, hello, it's me. Yeah, I know. I'm using the webcam, not the webcam, the video camera thing on my laptop. But yeah, I know the picture's not great, but that's good actually. Yeah, it's very good for me. All right. Yeah, I was just pondering about. Yeah, I haven't been in contact with my sister, my identical twin sister, for quite a long time. She did comment on a video recently. Yeah, my singing video, that's it. But we haven't had any contact for quite a long time. But that's just what she's like and what I'm like as well. I was just wondering about DNA. A lot of people have been doing DNA tests with different companies like 23andMe, etc. I've mentioned it before in previous videos. I've had no updates from my sister, unfortunately. Um, Because months and months ago, she did this DNA test. Uh, Her daughter did it first, and then my sister decided to do hers as well. And the thing was that they found, but on both their results, Indigenous Siberian ancestry, D4, and I've got the whole code. And I'm related to the Buryat people, the Inuit who now live in Canada, Alaska, and Greenland. Is it Greenland or Greenland? Yeah, but they were originally in Siberia, but they moved across the Americas. And the Navajo. I'm related to the Navajo as well. I'm just wondering how furthest east the other DNA results was Greece. Mm. The Etruscans who settled in Tuscany, that's how Tuscany got its name, from the Etruscans. It's in northern Italy, quite near Switzerland. I can understand that. And the Illyrians, which Illyria is now probably Albania, that part of the world, yeah. But they were really Greeks. At the end of the day, they were Greeks. Greek DNA is quite high, believe it or not, in Switzerland. Mm. Yeah, blonde hair in that part of Switzerland I used to go to on holiday wasn't that common. A lot of people had very dark hair. It was a mixed bag, really, but a lot of people had dark hair. They're not Mediterranean, a lot of them. Greek. I'm just wondering how there's nothing in between Siberia and Greece. I'm not sure about my dad because we only got autosomal and mitochondrial DNA. We didn't obviously get the Y haplogroup. It's not in our body. As a female, it's not in my body. It's a good idea if I ask my brother to do a test. I'm sure he's got the money. It's only about £100. Uh, I may ask him actually, because then we get a bigger picture. Because it's really confusing. Only 13% English and Irish, and I thought my dad was completely 100% British. You know, with some Celtic, obviously Cornish, Scottish, and Irish. Definitely Cornish. And he always used to say, "I'm an Anglo-Saxon. I'm an Anglo-Saxon." That's debatable. How come 89% of our DNA, according to my sister's result, is German? Only 13% British and Irish? Don't know what's going on there. I know it's not the full picture. Obviously, it can't be. You only inherit 50% of your mother's DNA. The other 50%, you don't get none of it. Likewise, your father, only half of his DNA. The other half, no. It's like putting your washing in a washing machine and just grabbing half of it and taking it home with you and just leaving the other half in the machine. Next person that comes along just gets that clothing or whatever, G strings, etc., and just puts them in the bin. Yeah, they're gone forever. So there's a lot of DNA you don't inherit, unfortunately. I might have had a Swedish great 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 grandfather, but not inherited anything from him, not one gene. So it's all very confusing. So how do you get from Greece to Siberia? Oh, did I mention that? Yeah, I did. How do you get from Greece to Siberia? Is that actually is the Greek? Yeah, the Greek's definitely on my mum's side. I know that for sure. I don't. I'm not wasting my time thinking about my dad's DNA. He's not alive anymore. I can't talk to him. He'd say he was like Anglo-Saxon with Cornish. That's what he would say. Right. So I'm not sure about the German side of him. I don't know about that. Illegitimacy? I don't know. I don't know. I might find out one day. I don't know. I might never find out, unfortunately. I just want to know, why is there nothing between Greece and Siberia? Like Turkish, Uzbek, uh, Indian, Nepalese. I'm really confused. All I can think about is a large number of Swiss men that went to live in Russia in the 18th and 19th early 19th centuries. The 18th century and the early 19th century. They went, loads of them went to Russia, Russian Siberia, Vladivostok. A lot of them went to. That's right, southeast Siberia, right on the edge. It's not too cold there. It's not like right north, not too north, southerly, not far from Chinese border, I think. Not far from Korea, my favourite country. Yeah, I'm related to 27% of Koreans. Anyway, so what happened? Was it a Swiss man marrying a indigenous Siberian woman, like a Buryat? An Evank woman? I don't know. Or did he marry a Korean woman? A Koryo Saram woman? It's possible. Because there were a lot of Korean people in Siberia, Russian Siberia then as well, yeah. And in Uzbekistan and Kazakhstan. There doesn't seem to be anything to say that I've got Russian, Polish, Uzbek, Kazakhstan, or anything like that in me. But there is a lot of barbarian blood in me. Germanic barbarian tribes who went fairly east, I'm sure they did, and fought Genghis Khan's armies. That's probably how it crept into my bloodline. That means I'm probably a descendant of Genghis Khan. Uh, it's not very good, is it? I don't know how many people he killed. I don't really know anything about Genghis Khan. I think it's 5% of men in the whole world are related to him. Descended from him, actually. It's not a big number, but I'm probably a descendant of Genghis Khan, unfortunately. Uh, yeah, they were the Germanic tribes crept sort of east, didn't they? Quite near to Mongolia, I suppose they went. I don't know. They got as far as Austria, didn't they? Or was that someone else? I don't know. The Crimea or somewhere. I don't know where they met. But I think a Germanic barbarian, very good looking man, tall, handsome, muscular, and kind, met a beautiful sort of Northeast Asian looking woman. I don't know what kind of hair. She might have had brown hair. Like a lot of Mongolians have got quite light hair, haven't they? And light eyes. Um, let's just say she had long hair, dark brown hair, right down to her knees, very slender, about my height, 5'2", and absolutely beautiful, obviously. And she probably fell in love with this barbarian, Germanic barbarian. We don't know what his language was, some sort of Gothic language. And they eventually made their way to, eventually, or their ancestors made their way, a few ancestors, not a lot, not a lot, maybe 3 people, something like that, daughters, made their way to Switzerland and married Swiss men. Probably how it happened, something like that. It wasn't a large group, because my mitochondrial DNA file is not found in large quantities in Europe. It's found a little bit in East Europe, like Poland and Russia, Georgia, Turkey, and Greece. Greece, yeah, Greece. So that's a connection then, isn't it? Yeah, but it's rare in Europe, especially Western Europe. And Switzerland, well, comes under Central Europe. It's rare in Central Europe as well. So I don't think it was a great army of people. I think it was a few. Just going to pause the video. Oh, anyway, that's just my feelings about finding out more about my ancestors. Well, I didn't do any work. She did the work. She paid the money. My sister, identical twin, as I've mentioned. We've not been in contact for a while, but I think she gave up searching for more clues. I know that you have to pay a certain amount of money to get more updates. She might have stopped that. So I'm thinking of persuading my brother into having his DNA done so we can find out more. Now, I don't know if it would be worth my while doing it myself, because I'd probably get the exact same results as my twin sister as well. Yeah, probably I would, being identical. We did get Pygmy, apparently, and Kali's son. They used to be called the Sand Bushmen of the Kalahari Desert. I think they're called the Kamisan. I think they live in, they're indigenous to South Africa, I think, and Rhodesia, Zimbabwe. I'm not sure. I haven't looked into the African side yet, but that goes way back. What I'm interested in more is the Siberian heritage, and I'd like to find out more about that and how it came from Siberia in the maternal line right into Switzerland. I don't know. If you're watching this and you're a genealogist or a genetic biologist or whatever you call yourself, if you've got any ideas, would you let me know? Because I'd like to wonder. Well, I haven't got long really. I'm in bad health, but I'd like to go to Siberia and meet especially the Buryat people. It says they've got the Republic of Buryatia, which got I think semi-independence. I did a video about the Buryats quite a long time ago, but I'd like to meet the Buryat people because I have got a whole sequence, mitochondrial DNA sequence shared with them, and they're like the biggest group, I think. So I'd like to meet them. They think actually they think they're related to Koreans. and they, a lot of the Korean DNA comes from Siberia anyway. That's probably why I like watching K dramas so much. But, yeah, I was really pleased with that when she told me about the Northeast Asian DNA 4 that we had. I was really surprised because I thought we were like 50% pure Swiss, whatever that is. I mean, Switzerland wasn't founded until the 15th century, with only 3 cantons or counties. Yeah, 50% Swiss and 50% British. I thought, boring, boring. And then I find out all this other stuff, and especially the Siberian. I thought, Indigenous Siberian, not Russian. No, not Russian. Indigenous. They look a bit like Korean people. Yeah. Chinese people, Japanese people. Yeah, they look like that. Or Inuit, used to call them Eskimos, remember? Years ago. That's it. That's what my ancestress looked like that. Alright, I hope you like this video. If you can relate to it in any way, let me know. If you've done a DNA test before, I'd like to know your results. And yeah, keep digging away and finding out who your ancestors are. I know it's very popular at the moment, and it's gaining more popularity all the time. Okay, goodbye and peace.